And welcome to Daytona International Speedway. Here I am joined by Dakota here tonight. Drivers have just gotten done with their qualifying. For some reason, I have a qualifying thing stuck to the side of my screen. So let me see if I can actually get that off. But so first was Cameron Craighead, Brandon Biddy second, Barry Nelson third, Alan Carter fourth, Max Gamble fifth, sixth Ryan Warp, seventh Patrick Millette, eighth Blake Viken, ninth Matt Metler, 10th Kevin Hayes, 11th Mike Taylor, 12th Richard O, 13th Steve Vest, 14th Aaron Roth, 15th Sean Burke, 16th Joe Bonnemer, 17th Lee Campbell. Let me open up my trading paints at the same time. 18th is Truth Hoke. 19th is Mike Allen. 20th is Brett Bray. 21st, Timothy Yisburn. 22nd, Jonathan Stidham, or Eisburn. I don't know why I said Yisburn. 23rd, Tim Rourke. 24th, Robert Morris. 25th, Dana Ryan. 26th, Jordan Bumgarner. 27th, Austin Selt. 28th, Jacob Barra. 29th, Dwayne Drummond. 30th, Andrew Teff. 31st, Troy Thomas. 32nd, Kinsley Smith. 33rd, Trevor Feddig. And 34th is Steve Castle. But what do you expect to see here tonight, Dakota?
Well, with 34 people in the field, I'm expecting a little bit of typical three-wide action stuff here. A couple of these guys are racing for a little bit of money. It wasn't a full-on money race, but you could do, I believe, a $5 or $10 buy-in, wasn't it?
I
If you so
think
choose to do so.
there may have been. Let me see. He actually did send me something for that earlier about who would have the. Here it is. Hold on. Who's racing for money tonight?
Yeah, I think I see it.
So optional that we have 13 optional. Teft, Eisburn, Thomas, Gamble, Campbell, Roth, Hoke, Craighead, Wart, Biddy, Carter, Nelson, and Millette. So they're all racing for money. Everybody else is just racing for fun.
Yeah, so I expect them guys to be taking this maybe a little bit more serious, a little bit of money on the line, but not too serious. I still expect that we're going to have a fun race tonight overall.
Heck, if Andrew, I just got Gatorade all over my face. If Andrew really wants to draw a crowd, he should probably start using ram sticks as prizes for people to win, on how much those things cost now. They're very, very expensive.
Yeah, I could definitely use some RAM myself. Ain't even gonna lie.
Heck, I've got 32 in both of mine. They're DDR4, but at least I have 32 in both of them. People complain about the RAM prices. They don't. Even when I built my first one, RAM prices were up. I built it in the spike, so it's kind of nothing new to me. Gonna give them all a paint refresh again as they roll off pit road, because some guys will join late. Gonna give them actually second one for that. I do like the next gens a lot here. See, 80 laps. Next gen's probably my. The next gen takes so much heat as it should, but honestly, I like the next gen in terms of. It's gonna sound so weird. I think personally it's more durable in terms of you can actually hit the wall and get away with it if you don't hit it
Mm-hmm.
hard enough. I don't like the gearbox. I don't like the tires. I don't like how it looks, but I think that it's definitely too aero dependent when you hit the diffuser. And you can get rid of body panels and you'll still be quick, but I think it's way too reliant on the aero part. But I do like how they drive to a certain extent. I do think they need a lot more power and a smaller tire overall.
Yeah, but one thing, my main thing I like about these is you can be very aggressive with the pushing. That is the main, the best part of these cars, in my opinion. But I do agree the aero package on these kind of suck, especially when you're just two cars. You can't even get to the back of their bumper.
You stall. You have to have that third car behind you. That's going to give you a little bit of a arrow push, because you just can't get up there. But it is a big crowd. As Castles looks like that's probably RC. They need to get caught up here at the end because they're lagging back just a little bit. I don't think that's going to hurt these guys at all, though. You see, pace car is going to roll off here. 80 laps at Daytona. Coming to the
Um,
start zone here, and green flag is in the air. We are underway.
yeah, for some reason I got a couple of people being scored a lap down already.
Maybe just an SDK update. It'll probably update next time by.
That is fair.
Oh, that 28's already getting a little bit loose there. I would be nervous if I was around Nelson if he does that again. Now, one thing that some people don't realize is, I think a lot of people do, is they hop in fixed and think, oh, there's not a lot of changes that can be made. The one change that you can make is steering ratio and steering offset. Steering offset, me personally, I don't like it, but the steering ratio, if you set it slower at these tracks, these cars are a lot easier to control because they don't react as quickly to inputs. But a lot of guys, they keep it stock, and that's why you see a lot of movement around. I'm somebody who tends to crank it up about 1 or 2 knots, or crank it up, down. I think up makes it slower on these cars. Down used to be faster, but I put it about 1 or 2 up, and it makes the car a lot slower to turn, but it makes it also a lot more stable. So some guys have probably done that. Some probably haven't. We'll just have to see as it goes on.
I like having my steering offset on the center or a little bit to the right, but mostly near the center. I don't like how some places have it like really hard to the right or really hard to the left on open sets.
Yeah, I know that some people they've done it, and it's more just tire wear and getting in the corner, not well. It can affect coming out, but it's really how you have grip in the middle of it more than anything else.
Yeah, but we're, coming to start lap 3 here. We still got 2 wide pretty much throughout the entire field, but looks like we're going 3 wide for the lead here.
I don't know if that's going to work. That car in the high line is all hung out by himself. He's got zero help. Move around a little bit too. That 45. Oh my gosh, they're about wrecking each other back here. That's Alan Carter. He almost made contact multiple times. I think he's kind of realized that he cannot go anywhere. He has to just duck out of that now.
Yeah, he's going to have to try to find a hole in quick, as he's definitely going to be dropping almost all the way to the back here. It sucks how fast you lose momentum once you lose the draft in these things. So if you ever decide to make a move, you have to be very quick and snappy about it. You really don't have the time to be waiting.
47, 45 is being ran right now. So, and that's what we're going to see all night. Lap times are going to stay pretty consistent, and we got somebody around.
My SDK does not like me today. There it is.
Started with 17.
The 57 is what I see here.
I think the 17. Yeah, 17 just came right up into the 57, and then 57 was actually fine. Then he got ran over from behind, and then it just kind of set it off from there after that. A lot of people scattered to get around this wreck. Kind of confused what happened there for a minute. But the 57 definitely, I think he was fine, then he wasn't after he got hit, but I don't think this will bring anybody to pit road this early on. You have a meatball flag. That is on Campbell, so Campbell will not be able to continue. He'll have to use his fast repair. No, well, I don't know. May have broke it a certain way that he can actually get it fixed. And it doesn't look like it's too bad. But you also have to kind of gamble. Do you want to try to take that optional or that required damage if it's not too much?
Yeah, one thing I know with this many people, there probably will be a couple more cautions, and you only get one fast repair. So do you really want to try to use it this early? Well, like you said on the flips, it's a dangerous flip there. If you don't use it, the race will go green the rest of the way. I've had that happen before.
Oh, a lot of the time too. Well, I've had it sometimes where it says you have required repairs and it's only 30 seconds, and you're like, oh, I can just get this fixed, and it's just steering, and you get that. You just keep working on it during the race, or it's 8 minutes of damage, and you can't use that fast repair. You have to sit in pit lane, which I wish they would fix, to be honest with you. But hey, we'll just have to see what they do, because I don't know what he's going to do. We'll just have to see. Everybody come down, and there's another one. Get out of here.
I'm looking at YouTube chat here. Let's see. We got a Let's Go 45 and 17. Happy birthday, Richie. Richie, if it is your birthday, happy birthday, man. Let's go LNG Power Sports. Let's go 67, 57, 22, 71. Happy New Year's, by the way, everybody. Glad to see most of y'all are back at the start of the new year here with our first race of the year at the moment.
Got a split decision, like half and half is what it looks like on the field. I'd come down. I'd probably stay on schedule with everybody else. I wouldn't want to be that having to save or having to worry about fuel. That's just me. I know some guys they want to just take the, just I don't know, like that's positions, but I just don't see the point in it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but I mean, also another thought process some people go through is they want to pit separately from the rest of the field, so they'll try to get on like a different fuel strategy.
Yeah,
That
I
way
don't
you don't have
know.
one big group coming down.
It's just like I don't know what I would do. I'd feel like I'd just come down. But I mean, they only did run 5 laps. They're really only gonna be. If they can save under caution, probably 4 laps, maybe. I'm not gonna give them 5 because you can save pretty heavy, heavy under caution if you do decide to save. If you don't, then you're gonna burn the same amount of fuel. Top offs here, I think. Campbell trying to get all that damage fixed. It looks like it's been fixed pretty well on that car. And then the left rear is not too good, but I think the front, I think he'll be fine on the front. It looks like they can probably be bent. See what his steering wheel is like. Unless he's just sitting in the pits with a cocked steering wheel. I think he may be okay. I don't know. It looks like he will lose a lap, at least just one. You can get a lot of progress, or a lot of stuff done.
In my experience, you can get about 1.5 minutes of damage per lap that the pace car goes around. So if he stays in here until the pace car gets close to coming back on the front stretch again, he can get close to 3 minutes and still get out on the track, but right before they go green. Which I know is not the best idea, but just that way he can connect to the back of the field there and only be 2 laps down.
I still wonder if he's being held. I don't see a meatball flag anymore, so I guess he's just trying to get as much damage fixed as he can. If he had a meatball, then he'd be really screwed, but I think he's fine now.
Well, they are lined back up 2 by 2, so we should be going back green flag racing very shortly here. Looks like the 70 of Max Gamble going to be leading us back to the green with Patrick Millett on his outside here.
So everybody else, basically the top 13, did not come down for fuel. No, we did have some guys come back down and top off. Troy, Steve, Hart and Roth are. How are they this far behind? They're catching the field. I don't know what's going on with them. That's weird. Guess they were on pit lane for long enough that it didn't register them being on another lap. Kind of odd.
Blake Viking really close to getting a win at our last race a couple days ago. Currently sitting P7, got Ryan Ward 5th. A lot of, typical Racers Elite guys in here. I think we got a couple of new names in here I haven't seen yet, though.
His car is getting ready to pull in. It'll be Gamble and Millett will lead them to green. And the Geico restart zone. As green flag is in the air, we are back underway here at Daytona. Everybody gets pretty spread out and almost straight to the bottom, it looks like, for everybody. And that's not surprising to see. They're probably going to run just in a line together. I don't think they're going to go be too aggressive.
Yeah, as you say that, 78 jumps straight to the outside and is working his way up there towards the front. Richard Ode in that 78 Toyota.
See if that 42 of Stidham can help him.
Yeah, starting to get a few people up there now. Looks like we got the 22. Someone just stopped up from the bottom. So he's about to have a pretty big group up around the high side to get that momentum starting to go.
But he's got some front end damage. That is the 22. I think he's ran into the battle. I think he was actually involved in that last incident. I don't think he's. Oh, he's gonna wreck somebody here. He's getting offset. He's about to wreck whoever this is. Don't squeeze them. Oh Lord, there they go. Oh, that was close. I was waiting for that to end up badly. And that's not actually the 22. Who is that this race? Running the 48.
Is that the 53? I think it's the 53 of Joe Bonner, possibly here.
Let's see.
They're
Yes,
going
it
3
is.
wide down the front stretch here.
And the reason we ask what number that is, if y'all don't know, you can have a stamped car, and what a stamped car means is that it has a set number, but it's not actually that number in the race. It's something different on the leaderboard. So that's why I was so confused on who it was. And Teft is going to bail out here. Like, Teft is stamped as the 90, or Teft is labeled as a 98. He actually is the 98 this race. You see, where's Castle? No, Castle, forgot.
48 and 22 make contact in 3 and 4. Sorry to cut you off there.
No, you're good. I was looking back there. I was trying to find an example of a wrongly stamped car. I think the 95 right here is stamped wrong, I believe. 95 is actually... There that is. They're stacking up in the corner. They're going to wreck here in a minute. This Michael Jordan car is stacking up. These cars are sparking everywhere. I'm surprised they're still doing that. It shows you how low they get. I don't remember. And I wasn't alive in the 90s. Heck, my dad was only like, I think he was still in college. But I know they used to have the cars, I think used to basically take the springs out of the cars, and they'd have them so low that they were basically riding on the track and beating up the drivers in qualifying. And NASCAR stepped in and said, hey, y'all can't do that anymore. It's going to get somebody hurt. But that's interesting.
As a setup builder for iRacing, I will say these cars get low enough to the ground that it will register that you have damage, but it's unrepairable.
Like probably scraping that diffuser off. That's one thing I wish that NASCAR would make fixable on the cars is the diffusers, where you can just like drop it, like have it drop down, and then just replace it with another one. That'd make the racing so much better. Because the damage you can't see. There they go. They're gonna scatter.
Looking like a hornet's nest, about 10th place right there. It seems like a lot of these guys are not content just riding. They're trying to make some bold moves to get up here towards the front already.
And
we're only 12 laps into this thing. Still got a long ways to go.
I was gonna say it's only lap 12. That's surprising that they're being that aggressive like this. I just don't think that'd be a good idea. But I mean, heck, that's what they want to do. Then that's what they want to do, I guess. You need to put your compressor at. That's what I thought. Yours needs to be at. I'm gonna set yours a little bit lower. You lowers your volume or lowers the volume of something else. At a 4-1.
But right now, it looks like Blake Veeken and Patrick Miller are going to be working together to try to keep his lead here. They're kind of getting single file out again as the outside line has kind of died down here for the most part up here within the top 8 at least. Top 10 maybe. But not far behind that. They're still 2 wide, looking to even go 3 wide here. As we can see back here in the middle of the pack, they're currently 3 wide.
The 15, 28, 41 was the cars back here. That high line. That high line's not really getting formed up though, and they're probably running. If they're running in a line, they're making 46.74. Running side by side, they're running 47.52. So there definitely is a time difference, but it's not enough to be seen at a track like this because you can make it up really quickly. And we got a caution. As looks like it's off of 4. I don't get caught. I don't get a wreck notification for some reason. I just get a caution flag.
Same thing. Try to see if I can get back here and get a look at it for you.
37. Around the 37. So what happens here? 37. So he's, I think, yeah, he's got. So okay, this can look so weird. And that 7-Eleven's an innocent bystander here. What I think is happened with this 37 here is he's got damage from earlier. And what I, yep. No, he doesn't. I can't tell. No, okay. He just tries to come down. He tries to get in line. And no room there. Yeah, sped it up there real quick. See it here. Yeah, just slowed it down. Yeah, so it looks like he just tried to fill a hole that there was no room to go in and came down in front of a guy. I thought he had steering issues because he had front end damage, but he doesn't. He comes down pit road this time. Pike and Gamble, Ode, Biddy, Haas, Fort, or Fort, yeah. This looks like a lot of people come down now.
Yeah, I'm surprised we had almost a 10-lap run there. I'd say a lot of these guys are going to be pushing it on fuels. We do have a pretty good long green flag run here.
It's not a bad idea to come down. Also gets most people reset. Guys that top 3 that stayed out hadn't pitted yet, so it's going to be questionable. 4th pitted at like 5. 5th hasn't pitted. Everybody looks like they're just fuel only. Wart may have got some damage fixed. So did Metler. Their pit stops are a little bit longer. Yeah, it's definitely damage fixed.
Just want to give a little love to that 56 machine of Mike Taylor. Man's normally up in the booth out here tonight trying to show everybody that he can drive as well.
Trying to see what's on the side of that car. That's a. Well, we'll just leave it there. Let me said I do design some paint schemes, but man. Who else we got out here? Hey, one place to get good templates for paint schemes is SimWrap Market. I am not sponsored either, so it's actually pretty nice.
That's normally where I get them from. If I don't feel like making a custom one or getting somebody else to do it for me.
I've also used Iron Horse liveries. Dude's expensive. I think he's also German or French, so it takes a little bit longer, but he's a little bit pricier, but his paint schemes are very, very nice. I think it's like $25 for a scheme, which it's worth it because he can do literally anything that you want. But definitely is pricey. But lights have gone off on the pace car now. They will go green next time by. How are you on my face? Get off. And we got a black for Patrick. Speedy? Question mark? I can't tell, but he got black flag for something.
Is Patrick in the 37 machine?
He's in the 18.
Yeah. He got a. Oh.
He got a black flag for something. I don't know what it is exactly, but I do see a black flag.
Yeah, it must have been speeding on pit road if I had to guess, like you said.
I couldn't think it's passing under yellow. There's no way it is. Is that a... Isn't... No, speeding is only a hold in your box, though. I don't... He got... I think it's passing.
Oh, speeding is an NOL if it's the first lap, and then if you go in early to the pits, it's also AOL as well.
See if he gets held here. I don't know. I'm trying to remember what you get like held for. I just can't remember off the top of my head.
If you go into a closed pits as you're getting ready to come back green, I think you'll get a hold. I'm not sure if that might have something to do with it, or if he wins the second time around and didn't go in the first time, you can also get a black flag for that.
Have to see as pace car pulls in. Carter will have the flag in his hand, and Patrick's still got a black flag, but green flag is in the air. We are underway. Down here, lap 18 of 80. They're going 4-3, somewhat. They're going wide back here in the back stretch. Up front, it will be Gamble and Craighead. 1-2 at the moment. And then we got kind of a second line forming. A little bit more formed up than last time. Last time it was kind of somewhat all over the place, somewhat not all over the place.
Speaking of all over the place, right as you were talking about that, either 95 or 93 got a really good push there, and it sent him up the track.
Cars just absolutely take off. Some people get really nervous, like, oh gosh, please don't wreck me. See, that's 13 is checking up heavy. Got ran into the back by Sale there. I noticed that he kind of really bailed out of the throttle. We have two groups that have formed. I don't think this is because of damage. I think this is because of choice, and we got somebody in the wall behind him. No caution yet. This 18 who actually got that black flag. Don't turn around. I was going to say, do not start driving the other way, please. I think he might
Speaking of that black flag, he got a black flag because he went into the pit second time around after they had closed for him.
Yeah, and I think his race is basically over from this point onwards. Oh, he's trying to go to pit road here, too. That 7-Eleven just has horrible luck. So does the 18. He's trying to get to pit road and gets ran over by the 7-Eleven. I feel like if you're Fettig, though, like, well, he does have a reason to be behind him. I don't know. I feel like I put that on Fettig, spinning him. Now he's going to have to hope for a caution because he's got a black and now he has heavy damage on that front end. They've got sorted out in the second group. Hef, though, is staying about 3 seconds or 2.5 seconds behind this group in front of him. I don't think he wants to get too close just because of the chance of him getting wrecked on accident. Doesn't want to have to deal with that.
Yeah, while you're looking at that, and keep an eye on, up here on the front, and there's a couple people that are just seems like they're struggling holding the line at the moment here, and that outside line just cannot get no momentum build up to get it around up here to the front.
Outside line, though, if they get a little bit more sorted out, they're pretty sorted out at the moment. They're not too bad, but that 48 and the 70, the way they're pushing each other, it's going to be pretty hard to beat them. I don't think they're going to have a really big chance to do it, to be honest with you.
Oh,
there they go.
Around.
28. Whole group's going to come up on them. Hopefully they stay out of the way. Oh, the 60 gets involved after he just got damage fixed. I don't think that broke his toe link, but I'm going to give him some more damage. Nelson going to be the one that brought out the caution here. Go from a chase view. It's like he gets hit off the corner, gets loose. The 30 tries to go to the outside, and then it's just on from there. He gets hit by the 22. I think he actually got away with, honestly, very light damage for that incident. And the 60, Lee Campbell, he's trying to slow down. Yeah, this is bad luck for him. Yeah, he's in a high gear. That's why that happened to him, I think. Yep, that is why that happened. He's in a low gear, so he's got no rotation, and when he tries to make a quick move, he can't correct because the 22 comes back down the track. 22 did what he needed to, though. It looks like he held his brake. He's just sliding down on the track. That's nothing that he did wrong there. It's just to make sure. Look at his cockpit view. Find him. At one thing about having wrong stamped cars. Yeah, actually, you can see from here. Yeah, he's got it locked. He's just sliding down the track. There's nothing that he could do about that. Didn't see a meatball for Campbell, though. He's going to be happy about that to a certain extent. But probably killed the toe on that thing. I think he may have just popped his fast repair there. It's the third caution tonight for these guys, so have to see what happens from this point on.
I will say at least we are getting a few green flag laps in between each caution here.
Yeah, it's not just bang, 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 caution, caution, caution.
Yeah.
All right. So Austin still hasn't pitted. Fuel's fuel's
Let me go check and see what the fuel load is here.
probably 75 if I had to guess.
Yeah, but even then, I feel like you can only go like 25 laps on 70%.
Yeah, but he's also had cautions, and he's been probably riding in the back, able to save a lot of fuel.
No, we are at 100% fuel, so that might be why he hasn't pit yet.
So go to about lap. I think what a normal distance for.
With the cautions, he's probably going to be close to making it halfway
Yeah.
before he realistically wants to pit here.
I was gonna say you're probably right on that. A little bit past halfway. Leading is gonna hurt him a little bit more, but it's not gonna be too bad on him though.
Yeah, I'd say if he's going to be leading, he's probably going to make it close to 40. If he's able to get back there and draft off somebody, he's probably going to make it a little over 40. But if we do have a really long green flag run here, that is going to put him in a very, very bad spot, as he's going to be the only one coming down the pits at the time.
Let's see what.
So Austin's still in first round, work on the outside. Mittler going to be pushing Austin here, and Richard Oates going to be pushing around Warp.
So
The outside line's really going to have to get a good restart here because they've been kind of not doing so hot on the restarts.
So first hasn't pitted, second through 14th pitted on lap 15, and everyone else is lap 23. Bonner has a black. Patrick still has a black. How does he still have a black? There's no way that's right. I feel like that would be cleared. Or it would go away eventually. But actually, that being said, he wasn't able to go back down pit road.
I think he has like a hold or something he's got to do.
I think he does, because he never served it first or that last run.
And the number 30's got an EOL from the wreck on lap 22. But pace car's off. We're going through the tribal and back to green flag racing here as the 8 machine takes us back to green. A really good restart by that outside line. Probably the best one we've seen so far tonight. And my iRacing is going crazy. Wow. All right.
We got now. Everybody else is. We're stacking up in this outside line. See if we can get a pretty good momentum run here. Not sure if they will. We'll just have to find out in a minute.
Yeah,
78. Giving a at 78 is all over this 45.
Yeah, Richard O was giving Ryan Warp the business. I was actually about to say that as they both try to drop down to the inside, and Ryan Warp did not have enough room, so he's going to have to hope that V can here in that 51 machine can get to his bumper really quick as that outside line got momentum really early on that restart.
Yeah, he was thinking about it and realized he was like, he's going to try to shove his way down there, but he just couldn't. A little bit too late for it, so got to kind of fall back in, realize I got to try something else now.
Yeah, but does he stay with the 51 here, or does he drop down as soon as he gets clear? What do you think?
I don't know. I don't. That's if he can get around them to begin with. It's going to be hard to do that.
Looks like he was able to clear him going into one, so he will be assuming over the race lead here. But we'll have to see if that outside lane can get another run, as they just lost a ton of momentum coming out of 2.
Top lane is breaking up now. They're not close enough to each other, and there's a lot of movement. They're kind of snaking it on that top line. If they can probably get a little bit straighter, they should be fine.
And it looks like they're getting a couple other people to start coming up there to help as well, so that'll also give them a little bit more momentum. But like you said, the snaking is just absolutely killing them. The inside line's just looking a lot more formed up and in control of their lane. I might have to figure out how to fix that. My iRacing keeps doing that glitch where the cars blink out.
Probably something's getting a little bit overloaded, maybe. I mean, there is a lot of cars tonight. Luckily, I've got a PC that can run a lot of stuff because I spent a lot of money on that thing building it. But and this is a 33 car field, so
that is true. Might be time to start upgrading some RAM here. That seems to be what my issue is looking at it.
Oh, there goes the 37, Carter. Middle of, this is the big one. This is like 90 per, probably not 90, half the field if I had to guess. I didn't see what happened. I just saw Carter get turned. Oh, this is a stack up in front. What goes on here? 31. Who is this? Who is the 31 in this race? 311. Okay, so that's Metler. So they start stacking up behind Metler because Metler. Yeah, that's not on Metler though. Metler is a huge run, bumps the 8, and then it's like a stack up from that point on. And then yeah, it's just a huge stack up. How does a 37 get turned? Oh, he goes on the apron. Carter goes. He's gonna go on the apron to get turned here, isn't he? Yep. Good, because on the apron, or I think that's Troy, kind of comes up a little bit, maybe. Who is that? Yeah, that's Dana. And it's just on from there. everybody kind of piles in after that. Some guys have nowhere to go. Somebody comes in here at the very end, gets a little bit of damage, but not too bad. I think Allen, honestly, maybe decent off. 17 may be okay, too. Did see some meatballs. Robert's got a meatball. I don't think that right front is turning. Troy's got a meatball. Hensley's got a meatball. Maybe it's not too good.
Yeah, I can't comment much on the wreck because I missed almost every single bit of it there. But
Yeah, it was just a big old stack up that happened. Metler kind of he didn't really even check up. He just kind of just ran into the back of somebody, and then it just kind of stacked up from that point onwards. So it's honestly not even his fault.
yeah, that is one major thing you got to be prepared for at super speedways. I kind of always keep my foot hovering over the brake just to be safe, you know. That way, if there is a huge shakeup, I do have enough time to kind of stab the brake very lightly.
What can be done now? Where we go? Who's down pit road? Decent amount of people. This looks like mostly damage fix, probably just fuel. That'll push them to probably. See what lap we're on. We are on. What? No, I hate how they update that to
We're currently on 32 out of 80, getting ready to cross the line to end 32, so about 48 laps left.
Wish they would show just the laps instead of the caution, have that being covered up.
Yeah, that's what I use the tower a lot whenever we're under caution or something, just so I can see the lap count.
Well, I use a 2025 tower. That's the issue. So it covers up
Ah,
the laps, the caution. On actually, no, I can look at the race summary, race analysis. We are on race 80 laps. Where are we at? Lap 32 of 80. Yes, there it is. So they just changed it up a little bit. I'm still getting used to that. 32. So if guys pit at lap 15, 15, probably get to maybe the whole lap. Probably 50. Probably high 50s, low 60s if I had to guess.
I was gonna say probably between 55 to 60, so I'd say we're about in the same mind process there for the fuel window. But I know what we could do real quick while we're under caution.
What is
We
that?
can bring somebody up here and ask them.
I might as well.
So let me see if I can find them right quick. Let's see if I can move them up here. What's going on, Mike? It's Bryce on Dakota up in the booth. Got a question for you real quick.
Yes, sir.
What is the fuel load on this thing for tonight?
I believe we're sitting at right about max fuel. So
No, I understand that. How many laps is that, sir?
oh, probably just about a good 39 laps ish.
I'm way off.
All right.
Yep. So like right now, I'm sitting at just about 30 laps here under caution, and I'm pretty sure when we go back green, it'll drop down quickly to about 27 ish, I would say. So.
All right, one more question for you, sir. I see you're currently sitting P4. What's the game plan?
Honestly, my gameplay this whole time was just chill. About 5 laps ago, I had to make a quick move to the outside in front of Blake. And then thanks to Blake, he pushed me all the way up to 4th right before the caution came out. But I've been pretty much just chilling the whole race, just minding my P's and Q's and, really studying, how these guys drive, and this will give us an advantage up in the when I'm up here at the broadcast booth as well. So, I'm just chilling out here, having fun, and I expect not to be up here too much longer, though.
All right, folks, you heard it here, All right, I'm going to send
Yeah.
you back down to the free use channel, sir. You have a good race.
I appreciate it, Dakota. Thank you,
Good luck.
Bryce.
Keep it clean.
So I said, what, high 50s, low 60s. If they can go 27, 43, I'm way off on those guys. And actually, no, I may not be off on those guys up front with how many cautions we've had. I may be
Yeah,
actually
he
pretty
said he had
close.
about 30 laps left, so about lap 60.
Yes,
363.
I'm somewhat close. But pace car has pulled off here, and the green flag is back in the air. We are back underway here.
Yeah, and I believe Richard Ode getting a really good restart on the outside line. He might have chose the outside there as I did not pay full attention. So Mike Taylor going to be trying to use that draft to get around the 45 machine of round warp here.
Yeah, the only issue is this is the one track you do not want to get a good start on, because you get a good start, you get out front, and then they can mount a run on you. It's just a bad idea to get a really good run on that.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, especially if, you know, the guy behind you actually gets a really good jump with you there. I feel like it makes it even worse because they can come up and block and just go straight around you.
As the 45's going to try to make a move to the outside now. Getting close to halfway will probably put them to, again, when they come down pit road, they might actually short pit it now that I'm thinking about it. That's a possible thing that they'll do.
We might be seeing a little bit of strategy here out of a couple of these guys. But I know a lot of people are very big believers in not pitting in a really big pack just so they don't get involved in the incident coming into pits.
Yeah, I see that happening more, though. It's when guys, they don't get spread out. They get right on top of each other, and it just doesn't end up well at all.
Oh, yeah. If I'm in the back of a pack and we're all pitting, I'm braking a lot sooner than, you know, the people ahead of me.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of people don't do that.
Yeah, some
looks like
people
the
put a
51
spin
did
over
jump
each
to the
other.
outside. Yeah, that is true. 51 did jump up to the outside, so I believe it's going to give the lead over the Beacon here. 45 giving him a really good push coming to 3 and 4. And so far, Beacon is staying with him, so they should get a pretty good run coming down the front stretch here, especially having the side draft.
78. That's, I don't know, that's just making me nervous looking at how close these guys are getting. I wouldn't want to be getting that close. Me personally.
Man, you should have seen the trucks the other night. I don't know if you watched that or you were in it or not, but holy, they were on each other's doors coming all the way around the track almost.
I think didn't I RC that one?
You might have actually.
Yeah, I was RC for that one.
Yeah, the new drive package in the trucks, you really can use that, you know, lean your nose on the right rear, and it just slows them down so much on the inside line. It's insane.
We got 2 packs. No, we don't have. We have we have semi 2 packs, somewhat around that. Not overly spaced out, but I still don't think those 4 guys back there will be able to do anything with them. So they'll just try to make it work.
And just to show a little love to YouTube chat, we got a half clean race, everyone. Let's go 51 and 45. We got a hey, and oh my God, it's Mike. Good luck, and let's go, Mikey.
This Mettler's. That's the second time I saw it happen. Mettler, I don't know what's going on with him, but he's had 2 like moves where I don't know if he's hitting somebody too hard or it's getting him, you know, squirmy or what, but it's really shooting that car sideways when it happens, and it stacks everybody else up behind it. I just don't know what's going on with him. It's just weird to see.
Right, we're gonna try adjusting some graphics settings while we're sitting here with this big of a field.
done here now. We're going to be coming up on a lap car here. Let's see what these guys do. Decide to sort it out. Some guys are up here with damage, others aren't. Damage isn't too bad overall, though. That 3 makes a pretty abrupt move to the outside. I didn't realize. I don't know if he knew somebody was there, but he almost got himself wrecked. Definitely close. A little bit too close for me, to be honest with you. Be kind of nervous if I were those guys.
Yeah, something I've realized doing the Super Speedway series is, you know, a couple of these guys are very bold. Like, they don't care. If they see the spot there, they instantly jerk the wheel to get up there. They don't ease it up there. But, I mean, sometimes you got to be able to do that in order to get yourself in a better spot. But it's also kind of a 50-50 coin toss if you're going to cause a wreck at that point.
Yeah, you just got to gun it, I guess. It's just kind of like, hey, let's just throw caution to the wind and see what happens at that point. Me personally, I'm kind of a little bit more laid back with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little early in the race to be doing stuff like that anyways. I mean, if it's coming out in the last 5 laps, you're pushing hard, you know, you're swinging it to get spots. But
that's a different story, though, to be honest with you. Way different story than what most people do.
But it looks like we got 4 cars, potentially 5, as the 17 decided not to go up there. Trying to get a line formed up here on the outside again to get another run, another shot up here towards the front.
Let's see who's going to stay on the bottom, who's going to move up. That's the question.
I believe there's a lap car.
Yeah, they've gone past a couple lap cars. I don't know what the lap cars are from, though. Unless it's cars being fixed, maybe, possibly.
I think Robert Morris might have just lost the draft or something. Maybe come out of pits pretty late. As it looks like he's just going to let everyone around. Oh, very close as they're going 3 wide. They got really out of shape trying to get around him there.
That's when you're hoping.
Build a fall back in, catch draft.
That's when you're hoping the car on the outside, please just stay high and do not come down at all. Because if they come down, it is not going to be fun for anybody at that moment.
We're single filed out all the way back to 15th, where we only have a couple of cars at this point, 2 by 2. So pretty much almost the entire field that's up here in this first pack single filed out, which is good for them, as that's going to allow them to be able to turn some laps here and lead to a little bit of fuel strategies. Some of these guys have more fuel than the others. I shouldn't say fuel strategy, I should say pit strategy, because they should be able to make it from here regardless. But
they're at 44 of 80, so I'll put them relatively close.
yeah, I believe he said he had 39 laps on a full tank.
So the only person that's going to be interesting is Austin, because he has not pitted. He's yet to pit. So his fuel's probably running close to empty right now at the moment. I wouldn't think that he'd be staying out much longer, to be honest with you. I'd be kind of nervous if I were him.
Yeah, I'm very surprised he's still out, actually, at this point, but he could just be praying for a very quick caution here shortly.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing that he really can do is just pray for a caution, because I don't think he's going to be able to do much with it if he doesn't get a caution. Viking outside line starting to somewhat form up now. They got a little bit of a run going. Just a little bit on the outside. Not a huge run, though. is a decent sized one at the moment coming from behind.
Man, they really just cannot get nothing going on the outside line right now. Every time they try it, it's not moving.
I think that may be honestly kind of it. Probably just gotten to the point they're like, we can't get anything going, so why don't we just just go ahead and just bail on it? Is honestly probably what they're thinking. If it won't work, why try to force it to work at this point, I think. But what might be the thought process with them.
Yeah, but just as soon as they drop back to the inside, it looks like even more people decide to go up there. But 3-car gaining a couple spots, shooting back down to the inside, so it's going to leave 3 on the outside for about, 12th place back around in there, as they're going to be fading very quickly here.
Car with damage at 57 is not going to be going very far, dude. As I say that, he is just shot up. Wow, he just got past 2
8
cars.
cars getting ready to pit right now as he comes down pit road.
Yeah, he was not going to last much longer. That 57 just took like 3 spots on his own with the damage right front. I don't know how he did that. But that is awesome.
Listen, man, I've been told in interviews sometimes you just got to throw them on the dash.
Heck, that's what it looks like he did. He just went for it. I don't know how that worked. I guess he caught a huge run. If he can probably time his runs, he might be fine. He's trying to get something going, and it's somewhat working a little bit.
Man, if I had a team of people, I'd probably be strategizing a little bit about coming into pits like any time at this point. That way I wouldn't have to pit again the rest of the race. And if there was a caution, that's spots I can gain here.
See what he does. Let 49 of 80. 15, so I think if you're these guys up front, I'd honestly short pit. I think that's your best shot at the moment is go ahead and just short pit it. See if you can jump on everybody. That 8's going to finally come down pit road. He's going to get blown by here. No chance at all.
But maybe he'll be able to attach onto the back of the pack here with the draft. I doubt it, but...
Merged yet? Where's he at?
Yeah, he's coming out of 4 right now. I don't think he's going to be able to catch the draft, unfortunately.
I'm going to have to hope that maybe this 21 stays with him or does something to at least stop the bleeding to a certain extent. That's what he just has to do at this point, is stop the bleeding as much as you can. Because you just can't... You just can't continue to lose loss like you are.
Yeah, that's a good point, but I do think if that 21 gets to his back bumper, they can catch a couple of these guys in front of them here that's also out of the draft. Oh, never mind. They got in the 4-car pack, it looks like.
As we got some pitting, the 17 and the 3. I don't know. Nope, and the 17 sped getting on pit road, so that's pretty much his race maybe there. Outside line, though, now is starting to get some momentum. Slowly but surely. See if Metler can bring him up front. I think he's going to be able to quite just yet. Trying to give him all that. God, and he's moving around a lot on that rear end. We'll take swipes at him, just trying to stay as straight as he can at this point. It's going to work a little bit now. He needs to probably go down to the bottom, side draft. Do a pretty good run out after that. Making it work slowly but surely. Viking qualified 8, currently running first, so he's up 7 positions. Doing a good job so far right now. Biggest mover overall is Tim Rourke. He is up 9. Actually, no, sorry, it's Dwayne. He's up 20 positions from where he qualified to start.
Alright, sorry about that. I was adjusting some more graphic settings here.
Well, second group now. Some of the guys that came down pit road have been able to latch on. They're a lap down, though, but I think they'll be good to the end. Have to see where they come out lap time-wise. They are running about... Actually, no, they ran out even with the front pack that last lap, so possibly they can hold on to it.
One thing I will say, these people that are running a little farther, as we do have cars going 3 wide here, almost beating and banging. The farther they run, the less fuel they have to take. So the faster their pit stop and the faster they can get out of track. But if that second group does fully get caught up to them and start to make their way around them here, they're really going to have to start considering pitting sooner, because they need to keep what little bit of a gap they would have from them pitting early.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised, though, if some guys come in hot, like really hot. This is when you're going to start tweaking that brake bias, putting it towards the back, thinking I can go 5 feet, 10 feet, 15 feet longer in my braking zone than I did before, and that'll bite them. I'm somebody who loves getting on pit road at super speedways, even though I hate super speedways my whole life, because I get everything I can, no matter what. I'm smoking those tires getting in. And my camera, Matt Mutler, just disappeared. Don't know where he went. This is not going to be good. There he is. But 25 laps, so we'll just see when they come down. When do they do it?
I mean, a lot of these guys could just be thinking there might be another caution for too long, because, I mean, they are still kind of getting a little racy back here behind them.
That is a big possibility, too. I didn't even think about that. I don't know. I don't know what you do.
I don't know, some of these guys is just kind of chilling on the outside and not really drafting, saving, or pushing or anything. Kind of just burning a lot of fuel, unnecessarily fuel they don't need to be.
Yeah, and looking at Viking, he's gonna have to take a lot more fuel than everybody else. Everybody else behind him, they'll be fine on fuel. They won't have to worry about, taking any. They'll be good. Or sorry, taking as much as him, because they're actually able to save a little bit, riding behind him. So I have to keep that in mind.
I think I'm starting to hear, losing my voice. I think I'm starting to hear a few people over the radio getting a little irritated at the moment.
I had to guess it's probably this group back here, maybe.
Not real sure.
I don't know they'd be getting mad about. See anything they could be getting mad about.
Looks like Mr. Blake Viken's going to be pitting this time. Ron Work coming in with them as well.
We'll see how much they fan out getting to pit road.
We're going to have the 78, the 44 going in. It's the top 4 currently.
Watch them all scatter here if they come down this time. They didn't lie to you. They may have lied to you. Who knows?
92, 311, 57 coming. This is what I'm just listening in on the radio. So looks like we're going to have a really big group here. And a lot of people checked up off the top 3. Ooh, 51 coming in. Super hot there.
He may have not got down. He got down at pit road speed. Ode and no, who is this?
70,
Haas
71, 711.
and Bumgardner. Oh, they just wrecked on pit road too. Didn't get down to pit road speed in time. I think that may be a little bit of hitting. What's going on here? Oh, 7-1 misses box. My brother in Christ. Bumgardner, you just can't stop on pit road if you miss your box, bud.
Yeah, I think he might have got a black flag anyways.
He did, but he also stopped on pit road to try to get back to his box after he missed it. I mean, he is a newer driver. I think you just got to realize though, man, you missed it. It's a mistake and it's gonna hurt you a lot.
Try it again.
Yeah, just come back next time. I mean, that's the only thing you can do.
I will say, Andrew Ted's up to the point right now. I believe he's got a new paint scheme I've never seen before.
I've saw him run that paint scheme a lot. He's ran it before. Bonder just ran a 54.84. That is
absolutely moving.
Yes, it's only 700s faster than the fastest lap, but that's still hooking it. 54.84 last lap. That's a suck up lap. He's catching the pack there. That's why he was able to get such a huge gain there.
Yeah, now up here towards the front, we got a pretty good mix of lap cars and lead lap cars here as they're coming around people that just got off pits. Not a lot of room here, so they're going to have to send a 3 wide on the 67, I believe that is.
Guys, we got a caution wreck on the backstretch. Aaron Roth.
Of course, my SDK doesn't pick it up.
Just a swipe from the 41 in the rear end. 41's not trying to wreck him, and then it's just on from there. That's just push has gone rogue. That will give Roth the meatball, and Barra is absolutely destroyed on that car. So that'll send. Oh, that's not good for Teft. Teft didn't want to see that. The guys that came down pit road, this will pay off for them. The guys that didn't, it's not going to pay off.
The good thing is the farthest back they can go is about 15th, 14th, I believe, as everyone else is going to have to take a wave around and get back on the lead lap here.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think they were. I forgot. I didn't even think about that, them being a lap down. I was thinking everybody else was on the lead lap.
I believe Mettler's already pit. I think Vikings pit, Warp's pit, so that they will take over the top few spots here. Ode's already pit, but
Somebody just blew up. I don't know where, but I heard somebody blow up.
yeah, that sound of a gunshot going off in your ear. Can't miss it.
Hey, well, it's been a while. That said, I don't race as much. It's always, it's weird. It didn't amaze me. It always surprised me that like people managed to blow up. I don't know why, but it just did. Like, that's always hard to do in my mind.
So I've had a situation before where I got my car hot at a super speedway and I backed off the person I was pushing, right?
Yeah.
And it started cooling off, you know, and it was about to be out of the red, and all of a sudden, just boom, blew my motor, right? And I was right in the middle of the pack.
I've blown up like, of course, when I have like heavy, like it's been forever. Probably like when the Gen 7 cars when I got front end damage at Martinsville, it ended up blowing up. But I don't think I've ever blew up a next gen on temperature yet. I don't think I've done that. I've always been really freaking paranoid about like just where I am. I don't know how to explain it. It's weird. Like I don't know. It's odd.
I mean, it's pretty hard to blow these things up. They could take a pretty good beat. Now, I think the Xfinity car is another one. It can get really hot before it actually blows as well.
Yeah, that's one thing I wish. That's one thing I miss with the next gens though, is you can't put tape on them. Because dude, I would hate those things up so much. I mean, it'd almost be blowing up in the pack, but I had so much downforce on those.
Man, I kind of wish we could go back to not having a restrictor on the motors for super speedways and stuff like that as well. But I understand, the danger of going that much faster, people flipping over and such. But
Heck, I mean, they're flipping at Michigan. I don't know if you,
yeah,
I don't know if you heard the story of it was 2014. God, that was the best year ever. Half the reason because I was a Gordon fan, but at Michigan, they took the restrictor plate off Gordon's car to see what they'd run, and he was hitting 225 down the backstretch, and they were like, "Nope, put that restrictor plate back on." Apparently, in practice, they took it off, and they're like, "Let's just see what he runs." Hit 225 by himself. Like, I don't think people realize how fast that is, going 225 with those cars.
yeah, especially coming into a pretty, I wouldn't say pretty tight, but I mean, you only have so much grip when you got that top of bacon going into a corner and such.
I mean, I know the cars before him, they were hitting like 210 in qualifying alone. They were probably hitting like 218 in the pack, but hitting 225 alone by yourself, that's nuts. Yeah, let's see what it was.
And you're talking about car of the barn, correct?
No, I'm thinking the Gens 2014 was the Gen 7, but it was like the first version of the Gen 7. What speed did Jeff want to hit at Michigan in 2014? What did he hit? He hit... So apparently it said, yeah, I just found it. One day Jeff Gordon won at Michigan. NASCAR, it was after he won. They tried the high horsepower and small spoilers. The cars were reaching 225 in the turn one, and there's a comment that says they were hitting 231. God, that's ridiculous.
Which I don't think these cars could hit that speed by themselves, but
Well, here's one thing that I don't think people realize is that these cars don't have as much horsepower. Yes, that's apparent. The thing is, they're still hitting close to them with less horsepower. Like, they're quicker arrow-wise. Older cars, they were literal bricks. They just had so much power it made up for it. But these cars actually can move with
yeah, they're
not a lot
built
of
to
power.
go fast and less. I mean, these cars by themselves, I think, barely run faster than the trucks. But once you get into the draft, it's a whole different ball game. Like, they're what 20, 30 mile an hour faster than the trucks with the draft. I think if you get a good line of cars, you can hit 200 in these. I've seen it done.
Yeah, it's all draft though. Only bad thing about it. They do now.
Which, don't get me wrong, these cars are a lot better than the old ones, but I'd still call them a brick. They're an aero-dependent brick, but they're still a brick.
Yeah, just brick. Just big bricks is what they are, basically, just all the time. Drives people nuts. I know how it is.
Even on the loose set, you feel top in most cases.
Yeah, they just never do what you want them to do. Like, please turn. They just don't. But pace car is off, and the green flag is in the air. We are back under... What is pulled up? We are back underway here.
Yeah, that 78 machine of Richard O takes us back to the green, being followed closely behind by Matt Mittler here, who's also trying to get clear of the inside line, but I don't think he's going to be able to do so this time. So 78 is probably going to drop down here. And Matt's going to be looking for a hole as soon as he can.
Mittler, if he finds one, he's probably going to just shoot that gap as quick as possible, and that's what he needs to do is get down. And he's going to get split instead. 16 laps.
Oh,
to go.
We had a little bit of an issue in the back. The 97 driving through the field right now.
Heck, hang it out there. Throw it on out there. See what happens. Can't hurt.
92, not 97. My bad there, but I believe he's a lap down. He's going.
Oh, there goes a 95.
On the trouble.
22 is involved. I think it's only 2. Oh, there goes somebody else. Somebody said, "Hold on, guys. We're not done."
Here.
They wanted to be involved in the wreck. They didn't want to feel alone.
Yeah, and I'm looking at it right now. It kind of looks like the 22 and the 95 kind of came down, met in the middle here.
Dude, this one stink bug has been coming back over here after I flick him off. I'm gonna kill it next time. Yeah, that's what it looks like. I don't. Yeah, looks like it's just kind of meeting of the minds, and when that happens, it's one of the most frustrating things. But at the same time, there's no ill intent. They're not trying to wreck each other. I mean, it's just kind of like, hey, we're both going for the same spot. I'm here, you're here. I want that spot. I'm not gonna let you have it. It can drive you nuts, but at the same time, it's like, I'm not gonna be too mad about it. I hope they're not too mad about it either.
Man, is it just me, or is there a lot of people in the wrong numbered car tonight?
A lot. And what is going on up here?
The heck is going on?
Oh, so what? 51 downshift.
Uh,
I think he
Must have
did.
been a big old checkup right there.
I think the 51 downshifted on accident. He just lost his spot. No, he didn't. What is going on? Yeah, did he? I don't even know. I think he stopped on accident, and when he stopped, it just
Oh,
caused
I see
everybody.
what happened. I see what happened. He went to go give it some gas, and it spun around on the turn 4 right in front of everybody, and they had to check up really hard.
Man, there is so much that's going on. It's like, what is happening at this point? Got guys spinning out under caution. We got God knows what happened everywhere else. Basically, just like flip a coin and see what happens at this point.
So just to let you know, I do have something scheduled for right after this, so I might just leave you to do interviews by yourself if you're fine with that.
That's fine with me. We got Burke and Ryan have a black flag, possibly passing to get to pit road, maybe? I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Kind of guessing.
So, what number is Burke again? Trying to find it here.
He
93.
is 93. Sorry, it's
Okay,
Bonner.
I think
Ryan.
it's Burke and the one in the 22. No, he is not. Where is he? I know Bonner and the 3 car came through the pits on the after they wrecked coming to the tri-oval there. I'm not real sure what happened to the 93.
This will bring them to probably, what lap will that bring them to now? That'll bring them to, what are they on? Lap 67 of 80, so they'll have 10 laps to go. They take the green here. What do I have? I don't know.
13 to go. They're doubling up. Should be going back green with 12 to go here, like you said. Or I think you said 12. I don't remember.
I think I said 12. 12 or 10. 95's going to get a wave around, it looks like. Kinsley's still on pit road.
I didn't even know Kinsley was racing today. Normally he's up here near the front.
Yeah,
That
he's...
just goes to show you how rough of a race he's having at the moment.
It's been... Some guys have been really quiet. They've not done bad. They've not done a lot. They've just been kind of there. They've not been a big factor overall.
Well, I will say with it coming, 12 to go now, we're getting ready to be almost 10 to go before too long. The aggression level is about to get a lot higher. And I got a feeling we're about to start seeing 3 lanes instead of 2.
Yeah, they'll get really antsy. Then with 5 to go, it'll get even more antsier than what it is. Guys will really, really start pushing after that. What I like to see, though, is start pushing heavy.
And just to let the people in YouTube chat know, what we see on the tower isn't always correct, because that is the number they are given in the league. If they run a different paint scheme with a different number on it, that's where it gets kind of confusing at.
Very, very confusing.
So he might be in the 93 paint, but his it could be showing up as a 95 for us instead of a 93, if that makes sense.
Next car is getting ready to pull off here, though. As it does, they will have roughly 10-ish laps to go here. It still says Talladega. I didn't put Daytona. As the green flag is in the air, we are underway here again. See how fast this top line forms up with each other. Can they form up is the better question.
Yeah, they're really going to have to get something figured out here. I know it hurts their pride, but they're going to have to let somebody lead that can hold a straight line here so they can be pushed. That's really what it's going to come down to.
Yeah, you want that car in front to be able to take the push. You don't want them to be bouncing all around, just getting really nervous. It's always one thing that you're just like, I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah, and you also want a good pusher. Like, I don't want to be having to check my mirror and make sure I'm getting a straight push.
Yeah, that's always nerve-wracking for sure.
But it looks like Andrew Tubb's going to be leading that outside line in that 98 machine. 30's going to hop up in front of him here. But Blake Viken in that 51 has led a lot of laps so far. Currently still sitting in that P1 spot. But, you know, super speedways goes. You can be leading on the last lap, and 9 times out of 10, you're not going to win it here. So
As a Larson fan, I know that too well.
Yeah, he's going to be coming up with a strategy to make a hard block or something possibly. You know, I think I've been calling it Daytona all day. We are at Daytona.
Oh, there they go. And I thought they saved it for a minute. And there is a big one. This is the second big one. I was calling it Daytona also because I didn't even change the dang name on the track. That was my bad. That was a big wreck in the back. SDK, why don't you show wrecks instead of just cautions? Wish it would do that. That's the update. It has to be the update. So 30 of Biddy is where it starts.
Yeah. Riders are coming through the tri-oval here. Oh.
42 just...
I don't know what happened to the 42 there.
I don't know either.
It don't look like he got a push. I rewinded it again. So the person in front of him got on the apron. I think he checked up a little bit, and that caused him to go up the track.
Yeah, I think he got tunnel vision. Just didn't realize the 30 was on the outside of him. And the 30, actually, well, I was going to say he gets away with probably the least damage of them all. I think he actually did get away with the least damage. Possibly neck coach
He definitely
saved
would have had that. He would have had that save if he hadn't got hit in the rear end again there.
I was going to say, it looked like he saved it for a second. And then after that, he got hit again. And it kind of like finishing blow. Sent him around again. So it's kind of like, oh, crap. Now what do I do?
Yep, and this is what I was talking about. Aggression levels being at 10. We're going to start seeing some really hard pushes and people making bold moves trying to get to different lanes once we do get another lane formed. That is.
Always gutsy. Wait, what? How does that make any sense? I don't... Oh my gosh. Wow. Look at this. Tipped it in, but there's a foul called. I don't think anybody's going to come down pit road. There's no need to unless you're meatballed, which there's 3 drivers. No, and we got 1 DQ. Roth got DQ'd. By damage, if I had to guess. One thing I could think of. I don't think he was driving erratically or anything like that.
That or you reach the incident point limit.
That is possible. There's been decent amount of wrecks here.
Trying to rewind here and look and see if I can get a view of him before he got DQ'd.
I just looked. I just glanced over and saw it. I don't know what it was about. Well, while these guys are under caution, though, we're going to go on mute to give ourselves a little bit of a break here before they get this sprint to the end. All right, and we are back here as the green flag will go in the air at Daytona, not Dega, like I had it for almost the whole entire race. Mattler, please do not go 3 wide. Thought about it, but they get going here. 6 laps left now to decide this race.
Well, if I know anything, that Pizza War Machine's got his foot through the floor right now as we have another caution.
Yeah, we do. I didn't see it. It's in the back. I could only hear it.
It looks like Austin Sale, Truth Hoke, Sean Burke involved in it here.
Looks like it does start with the 8 of trying to force his way down, and it's just on from that point. That afterwards, yes, it's it's late. You want to get the spot as quick as you can.
And see, that's one of those moments where coming to the final feet last. Where if you're gonna put it down there, you need to jerk it down there. He took his time to do behind him how to run, and unfortunately, he took too long. As I believe the 81 did get to his inside, and that just caused him to spin out. Or is that the 18?
I think it was that it's stamped 18 is the car that didn't let him down.
Yeah.
We'll go on mute here again though, because me and him are actually talking about incident. So we'll be right back. I'll go back to the starting soon screen, but so it'll be side by side so y'all can still see the race. All right, and we are back here as these guys are coming out of 3 and 4 here with it'll be 3 laps to go when the green flag drops with this new update. I cannot see who it is exactly, but pace car is in. Geico restart zone and the green flag is in the air. We are back underway. It will be 2 laps to go, so I was almost 1 lap correct, but 1 lap off, sadly for me.
Natural green light checkered here, pending no cautions.
Seven 11 to 30 back here. Andrew getting a little bit of a push here from the 78. This is going to be basically bumper to bumper, shoving as hard as you can. See what these guys can do. Just flying down the backstretch right now. 45's trying to make a move to the outside. He was looking, but Andrew was there to block that move, so he can't get up quite as much as he needs to. Still shoving pretty hard. The 51 trying to throw a block, and he's going to get hung out to dry here as they're wrecking behind, but we're going to stay green as the caution come out. What? Nope, it didn't.
Nope,
it looked like it was. It gave me both. It gave me both flags. But Andrew to the lead.
To the point right now.
Oh, what in the world? And they're just going to have a bonsai behind them. We're just going to keep it up front, looking at this action right now. Who else is going to wreck here? Might as well join the party. Andrew's getting a shove here from the 78. The 45 not getting a good enough shove from the 70. Trying to fly down this backstretch here. The 78 tries to make a move to the inside. Andrew can't block it in time. That's a good spotter for Andrew as well.
Oh, they're wrecking. It's just going to be them two, I think.
Oh, hold on. That may not be. This is going to be interesting. Oh, that's going to be these two. Who's going to get the side draft coming down to the line? Looks like it will be Teft, who's able to squeeze out in front of Ode. I have no idea what this last lap was. It'll be Teft who takes home the win. Richard Ode second. Brandon Biddy third. I have no idea what just happened there.
That was very interesting save about the 6, and then they ended up wrecking anyways. But anyways, man, I hate to run on you, but I do got to hop out of here.
That's fine with me. You go do the podcast that you need to.
Alrighty, buddy. You have a good one.
You too. That was a interesting finish. Just say that much. I don't know what to call that. Where's my driver info? I hate this one because I don't know where half my stuff is. There it is. Nope, that's driver number. Where did I put my dang driver stats? I know they're in here somewhere. Someone just got DQ'd also. There they are. It only lets me do that. Nice. Cool. I know it'll let me do more. Where is my driver info? I'm so sorry. I'm trying to find this. We'll watch Andrew do his burnout here, though. There it is. I'm stupid. I was looking right at it. He may be done with his burnout now. Looks like he is. I'll pull up the results here. I'm going to hide that score. Pull up the big board. Bring the top 3 drivers right now. And that is Brandon Biddy's 3rd place. Hey, Brandon, this is Bryson Booth. Got a copy, man?
Got you loud and clear.
Man, so what was that last lap? I don't even know what to say.
Push, push, and push. That's all I can say. No letting up.
That was weird to watch. I was like, I don't even know what to say. But how did the race go from your point of view? Because it seemed like there was a little bit more cautions than normal, but it still wasn't bad in my opinion.
Yeah, there were definitely some guys in there that were just, uh, you know, but I started P2 and was just gonna hang out a little bit and got involved I think early and had like 7 minutes of repair. Was working on that and then had an error I guess and got a black flag, and so I went a lap down and just had to crawl my way back and somehow managed to bring it home third.
So, uh, like, how what was going through your mind that last lap? Was it just avoid the wreck, or how did you kind of maneuver that?
I just on these tracks I know when they start wrecking, just go low, and I went low, and they just all started going, taking that nice right turn into the wall, and um, and you know, it just super speedway racing.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my sponsor for tonight, J&K Lift Service, and everybody over Biddy Family Racing.
Man, well, I'll let you go. Good job coming home with the win tonight, man. Or sorry, third place. I'm sorry, I'm
Oh man, I
all
wish,
over the
I
place.
wish.
Oop, I cut him off. That was Brandon Biddy, the third place driver. Richard Ode. We'll bring him in right now. Hey, Richard, this is Bryce in the booth. You got a copy, man?
Yeah, I got you guys.
And so you come home second after whatever that finish was. What was going through your head that last lap, though?
I mean, it was kind of one of those things. You got to the back straightaway, and felt like if I took the inside and the 70 and the 45 were able to get to me, um, I kind of thought we were in a good position there. But I think once we kind of got in the three, and I kind of had already went to the bottom, and then they all wrecked behind us, I kind of felt like that's where it was kind of over. The outside always wins when it's just a one-on-one situation like that.
Yeah, so, how was the race from your point of view overall, though? Because it doesn't seem like it was horrible. I mean, it seems like it wasn't like the truck race last night, that's for sure.
No, it was actually kind of interesting. I did another league and we used open setups here. And I thought it was a lot tougher with the open setups. I felt like the field was kind of spread out a little bit more. And you really couldn't generate runs. It was kind of weird with having a fixed setup. I think Daytona versus Talladega, I feel like you really don't get as much three wide. And I feel like it is a little bit more calmer. And I felt like these cars were a little bit more stable since the updates. I feel like the trucks are really hard right now. For whatever reason, the update, it just seems like you can't really go straight in the trucks, especially when you start bump drafting. In these cars, I feel like you can bump draft and you can relatively stay straight.
Yeah, I mean, these cars have always been able to take a push pretty well if you don't hit them too hard. Now, if you like, slam them, then it's not going to be good. But I haven't raced them since the update, so they very well may be able to just handle better overall. But how was the fuel working out there at the end before that caution came out? What was your strategy going to be?
Yeah, it was kind of weird the way the cautions fell in this race. I kind of felt like early on, once I kind of realized what the fuel situation kind of looked like, um, I kind of ran it actually like a road course race, where you wanted to kind of know where you were going to be able to pit. And then that green flag run kind of played out a little bit, and I kind of got a little bit further out ahead of everyone. And I still had more than enough fuel. I just kind of felt like I just maybe got a little too far out in front. It was going to be hard to say what was going to happen. But I kind of figured, kind of the way the cautions fell, I felt like I was actually on the right strategy to be on for fuel. Because I was able to pit with some of those other guys, and it seemed like we were able to kind of work pretty well together there too.
Yeah, it was definitely going to be interesting. Then, of course, it was just reset. But before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Just all my friends that always come out and watch, and Andrew for always putting these races on, and my good spotter Chuck, he does a great job, and I feel like these races have always been fun. And I always like the big packs, and I felt like this one was relatively calm. I thought it was a little bit more enjoyable than the truck race, and I always like helping Andrew. I always, you always know who your friends are in this series, and it always seems to work out pretty well for us.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go. Good job coming home second tonight, man.
All right, thank you.
Richard O, the second place driver. We will bring in Andrew Teff, the race winner. Hey, Andrew, this is Bryson Booth. Got a copy, man?
Yeah, I got you.
And so you were a little bit quieter than you normally are, but you come home with the win. What was going through your head that last lap? Because I don't even know what to say about that.
Yeah, there was a lot going on. I'm excited to go back and watch it because there was so much going on. I can't even play it back in my head. I just remember being 3 wide in the tri-oval, I think, at one point, and thinking that I was going to die. And really got to thank Rich for the help there. He was a really great pusher. We were trying to find a way all night to make the top work, and that was the best push that I received all night. Right when it mattered most, and he made that move down low on me, and I thought I probably gave it away, but I wasn't gonna cut him off for anything and wreck us over it. We were doing a really good job working together, and seems like a wreck happened behind us, I believe, and he kind of lost his help, and somehow I was back in the preferred spot and able to, kind of side draft back to the line.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw you go to the bottom, and I was like, oh, don't do it. And luckily, at the last second, you pulled up, which was evidently just listen to your spotter. You got one coming out of two. There was at least three separate wrecks that happened that time. I was so confused I didn't even know what to say. But how was the racing from your point of view? Because there was definitely more cautions than last time, but it still wasn't as much as I thought there was going to be running the next gens.
The bottom was so dominant tonight that it was really just tough to find a way to cut your way through the pack. I kept trying to go up there and went well to the back a few times, and yeah, I don't know if it was temperature or what, but it's just about trying to find a way. I mean, the only way you could pass really was to put somebody 3 wide, and that was pretty treacherous. So, needed some wreck avoidance. I'm not even sure if I answered your question. I'm still kind of just in shock.
I mean, it was just weird. I was like, I don't even know what's going on at this point. I just said, okay, well, they're just wrecking now. But I mean, crap happens.
Yeah,
That's all I can really say.
I kept wondering if iRacing would throw yellow, and I was hoping I'd be in front if one came up. But
Here's the thing about that.
I don't think they do.
Here's the thing about that. So I thought a caution came out because if you look at the stream, my SDK showed a yellow, and then it covered it over with a white. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was thrown and just didn't register. I don't know. I really don't. I was so confused because I thought a caution was coming out, but evidently it didn't. I don't know. But
Yeah.
Before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, there was no yellow as far as the drivers could see from our end. But I want to thank you for helping out in the booth, and I want to thank our servicemen and women, friends, family, team, everybody that tunes in to watch, shows up to race. If you don't mind doing us a favor, hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel homepage. And if you want to check us out, just head on over to racerselite.com.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go. Good job coming up with the win tonight, man.
Thank you.
Andrew Teff, the race winner. So Teft, Ode, and Biddy is your top three. I'm not going to keep y'all here any longer because it is getting late and I have work tomorrow. I got to open, so I'll let y'all go.